Francis Maxwell broadcasting live from Viva Las Vegas. It is a pretty backdrop outside, but what was not a pretty scene was Mexico's performance in the quarterfinals of the Copa America 2016 against Chile. Now, even though Mexico weren't at their best, Chile were phenomenal. They executed brilliance in every single aspect of their performance. Did it mean that anyone in the world expected 7-0 to be the final scoreline? No. But things like this can happen in football. Once you open those floodgates, once you unlock that opponent, it's just a matter of doing it over and over again, especially against a young team. Not a young team overall for Mexico, but when you look at their defence, with taking aside Marquez, he seems somewhat inexperienced. And I think that Chile just really found out that counter-attacking football early on was going to hit this team. I know I talked about Mexico being a team that everyone should look out for in this tournament, but I did state early on looking at the videos that counter-attacking football against Mexico, if you can do it better than what they can do it, you're going to be in with a chance and you're going to cause them a problem. Against Jamaica, they had countless chances to score against Mexico. Mexico were more efficient and ruthless in front of goal, but Jamaica had so many chances in that game. And I said to Jason, we were at the game, if Mexico come up against a team like Chile, they're going to be in big trouble. And that was my bet today. I'm in Vegas. I didn't walk away with a 7-0 bet winning slip because no one in the world did. I don't care who you are. If you stated it, you're lying. No one expected that. But I did bet for Chile to win this game. And the reason why is because all the logistics that Chile put in place to win the Copa America last season was evident, even in their first game against Argentina, where people were writing them off this time, saying Argentina, it was their year because they beat them and they managed to overcome Chile's early, I would say, aggressive tendencies in that game. But they still close down space. They still suffocate their opponents better than any team in this competition. And if they can do this against any of the big names that are still left, like Argentina, then they will, I think, have a great chance of winning this competition back-to-back. Because with Alexis Sanchez in the form he's in, with Vargas, a player who I'd always admired in terms of his movement off the ball and his finishing ability, coming full circle in this tournament, they can beat a lot of teams out there. Now, let me touch on Vargas for a little bit. Vargas, sorry. 5 goals today. Like, no one's seen that. Not even him. Not even his wildest dreams could he imagine that he would grab 5 goals in a Copa America semi-final. But if you're in those positions, like he always is, working his ass off to get into those positions with his floppy hair flapping around, he's going to give himself a chance to go on a remarkable scoring spree like this. So I give the guy a lot of credit. I seen him at QPR, coming in with a big name after the World Cup, after I would say a very sturdy performance from him, putting himself in the shot window. And it never really happened for him. And now when you see him with Chile, he plays with a different level of confidence. In front of goal, he's taking chances as if he's just playing in a friendly match. Alexis Sanchez is comfortable gifting him with the opportunities, as well as other players in the Chile team. They're just the main heroes to be sung, but the whole team collectively played very well. But Vargas deserves a special shout. 5 goals, man of the match for me, always causing a problem for the Mexico backline. And I think that he's partly the reason why they are now one of the favourites to go on. Vidal, again, another highlight. I'm always worried when he gets a booking in the first half, but he seems to compose himself after that. It's kind of like, let me get my first hit out the way. Let me go and get a yellow card so I remind myself that I can't be doing this every single tackle. But he still sticks to his game plan. He's the best in the world at putting pressure on an opponent. He is the best at high-pressing midfield football. I don't think he's as high. I don't rate him as highly as some people do. Now, I'm talking about they put him at the top of the world midfield rankings. I'm talking about even up there with Iniesta in his prime and those guys. And I think that he's got quality about him, but it's his high-pressing football that allows for his teammates to get the best out of them. He doesn't necessarily blow my mind with the way he possesses the ball. There's certain options, I think, where he's like, that's a rush of blood to the head. That's a rush of blood to the Mohican, instead of just taking his time and be composed. But there's no one better in the world at closing down space than Arturo Vidal. And I think that it resembles throughout this whole Chile team. He's the heartbeat of that team. Might not be the skipper, but he is the heartbeat. And then there's Alexis Sanchez. Shorter the shorts, the better the player. Coming up with a goal today, but also just so crucial in keeping the whole team ticking in the final third. He's their outlet. If they can't spring forward that fast passing football, he's their outlet into the corner. He holds possession well, brings in his opponents, grabbed a couple of assists as well as a goal. You can't blame me for not keeping count. I mean, 7-0, come on. But overall, was I surprised? Yes. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm an expert that knew that Chile were going to blow Mexico out the water. But as I mentioned, when you unlock that opponent, it's just about a team that can go and take advantage and grab the game by the scruff of the neck. And no one grabs a game by the scruff of the neck better in South American football, I would say, than Chile. And that's why they're still going to be a team that I would expect to get to the final and that I would expect to cause an immediate threat to, who I imagine they'll be able to play in the final. Argentina are coming up against Venezuela, a team that we all expect them to beat, and then they have to go on and face the mighty USA. But I do predict that Chile are going to be the ones to look out for. If they play like this against anyone, who could count them out? So make sure to let me know what you think. Thanks for bearing with me with the quick recaps. As I mentioned, in Vegas here, maybe I'll go and put on another bet because I'm on a winning streak. I never betted 7-0 and no one else in the world did, so do not believe them if they said it, even the guys in the comments who will just come in and say, absolutely, I knew it was going to happen. And then you can hit me up on Twitter at Francis_Maxwell. I'll see you guys soon.